we celebrate the International Day of Yoga 2022. As I guide you through the common yoga protocol. Namaste Yogis. Welcome to yet another episode of Yoga with Goga. Not the pick of the week. Today it's a special episode to mark the International Day of Yoga 2022. The theme for this year is Yoga for Humanity, recovering from the COVID pandemic that has plagued the world for the last 2 years. We normally observe the International Day of Yoga every 21st of June every year. The main purpose of this particular episode is just to be able to give you at least a bit of a glimpse on what yoga really involves, generally from the physical exercises to the breathing exercises, which are super cool, and then we'll wind up with we'll wind up with a bit of meditation towards the end. Yeah, so it's a little bit of everything in one. This practice is going to be a bit lengthy because it's a flow. I have to guide you through the common yoga protocol. This protocol was designed by experts, especially gurus in the yoga space, and it's a very beginner-friendly protocol that everybody can practice wherever they are. We're going to start from some loosening exercises. Then we're going to do the asanas of the yoga postures, and then we'll narrow down into the breathing exercises, and then we finish with the meditation, which is the last stage of yoga. So get your mats, find a decent space. This is gonna be fun, alright? And I'm going to take it as slow as possible, so stay with me. Let's do this. May you move in harmony, may you move in unison. Let our mind be equanimous. Like in the beginning, let the divinity manifest in our sacred endeavors. In our sacred endeavors. In our sacred endeavors. So we begin with some loosening practices. So come into Tadasana and then take your feet hip width distance apart. You can even measure with 1 foot and then just find a bit of stability. Then bring your hands on your waist and then you stay here for a bit. You can even keep a shorter distance if it's too much. So the first loosening, you're going to do forward and back or neck bend or stretch. So you drop your head forward, take it back to center, and then you drop it towards the back. So we do this about 3 to 4 times. I'm dropping my chin down towards my chest, and then I bring my head back to center, and then I drop it towards the back. So you can feel that stretch, especially on the throat chakra or the throat area. And then when you drop your head down, you can feel a stretch on the back of the neck. So you can keep on doing this, maybe synchronizing it with a breath. Inhale, drop your head back. Exhale, come back to center. Head down, take it back one last time. Inhale, exhale back to center, and then when you're ready, come back to neutral neck. The next stretch you're going to do is the right and left neck bending or stretching. So you drop your head towards right, so you can bring your ear towards the shoulders, and then you switch sides, doing the same on the left side. So you do this several times. So inhale back to center. Exhale, dropping my head towards the left, feeling that stretch on the sides of the neck. It's a very nice gentle stretch on the sides of the neck. Come back to center, drop it towards the right, and you keep doing this at your own pace. Don't strain the neck, just move very gently. And then as you come into the final leg of this stretch. Come back to center. You can do one more round and just see what that feels like. Exhale back to center, and then drop it towards the right once again, and then back to center. All right, so this is a very good posture just to be able to stretch the side of the neck. And then the third stretching you're going to do is you're going to do a twist. So you're going to turn your head towards the right, then you come back to center, then you turn towards the left. This is a very nice twist, especially on the neck after we've done the first initial stretches. So I slowly turn my head, trying to bring my chin next to my shoulder, and then I come back to center in an exhale, and then I inhale, take it back towards the left shoulder. You come back to center again on the inhale. So you keep doing this several times, and you can even linger in there for a while, just to be able to feel that neck twist going there. You can see the sides of my neck veins, literally. That's what's happening here. It's a very good posture just to be able to strengthen, strengthen the neck muscles, especially the cervical vertebrae there, right? So you keep doing this, maybe one last time. Take your head towards the right, bring back to center, twist it towards the left maybe, and then when you're done, come back to center and just find a neutral neck once you're done. So you can do this 3 to 4 times, and then now we're going to do neck rotation. So you're going to drop your head down, take it towards the side, drop it back, drop it towards the left, clockwise motion. So you rotate your neck about 3 to 5 times clockwise. You keep rotating that neck, feeling that nice release on any tense neck muscles there. So you keep rotating your neck back, drop your head back, bring it towards the left, drop it down. So you just keep rotating, finding that nice release, especially on the neck muscles. Neck rotations. Very good just to be able to loosen the neck, especially in some of the postures that will involve the head today. So once you're done with your 5 rounds of the clockwise position, see whether you can do the anti-clockwise motion. So you take your head towards the left, drop it back, take it towards the right, drop your chin down towards your chest. You keep rotating 3 to 5 times. Inhale in. As you exhale, you drop it down very gently. Don't forget your breath. And just ensure it's your head moving, so your shoulder has no business with this movement. So you keep rotating, dropping your head down, tucking your chin in slightly towards your chest, and just feel that nice gentle release on the neck muscles. And then once you're done with your 5th round, find your way back to center, coming to a neutral spine. Just be able to relax your neck. And then release your hands by your sides, coming into Samastiti. Relax everything. The next posture we're going to do some shoulder movements. All right. So now bring your hands alongside your body, feet are stable, hip width distance apart, and then inhale. Stretch your hands like a T, palms facing down, and then stretch them up. So the backs of the palms are facing each other, and then you bring them back to center, just the way you took them up. You can do this several times. I'm stretching my hands like a T. You can feel that stretch on the shoulders, coming back down, releasing the hands by the sides of the body. So you can do this about 3 to 4 times, depending on your flexibility and stuff. So take your hands into a T, and then palm face up, and then see whether you can take them, and bring your shoulder, create a pinch with your hands, and then bring them to your shoulders, and then bring your elbows in, pointing towards your chest, and then start dropping your elbows down, take them back. So feeling that nice rotation of the shoulders. So keep rotating the shoulders, opening up, taking the elbows, bringing them forward, pointing towards the front. You can do this 3 to 5 times, and maybe you also have an option of just that you can do the reverse side as well, once you're done with these shoulder rotations. This helps release any muscles that could have probably, been stuck, especially on your shoulders. Yeah, so you can also just reverse it. It's very nice posture, just be able to open the chest, because we need our chest to be open for us to breathe comfortably. And then you stretch your hands the way you got in, and bring them by the sides of your body. Now we're going to bring in some trunk movements. Trunk is your upper body. So stretch your hands forward, palms facing each other. And then on an inhale, I want you to turn towards the right side. Feeling that stretch, and turn all the way until you can see the back hand come back to center, switch sides, turn towards the left side. Make sure you can see that hand on the left, twisting your upper back, and you can move this even with a lot of frequency, just be able to find a bit of stretch. So keep twisting your trunk. It's a very good posture, just be able to bring spinal flexibility as you keep twisting and loosening the spine, right? So you can do this several times depending on what feels comfortable for you. And then once you're ready, gently release the posture. The next posture we're going to do is bring in some knee movement. So stretch your hands forward, bringing them like in front of you, just chest level, and then keep feet are still hip width distance apart. And then start bending your knees slightly, bringing them almost, bringing the thighs almost as parallel to the mat. And then make sure you're tucking your tailbone in by pulling your belly in, and then come up. We do this several times. You stretch, bringing your knees down, feeling that stretch on the thighs and the back of the quads, and then you straighten them. So you can move this maybe 3 to 5 times, just be able to find that nice gentle stretch on the knees. And then once you're ready, release the posture and then come back into Samasthiti or even standing. And then you're ready now. So let's begin our yoga posture. So the first yoga posture we're going to do is a palm tree pose or Tadasana. So again, feet are hip width distance apart. Bring your hands alongside your body. And then on an inhale, stretch your hands forward, palms facing each other. Interlace those fingers and then turn them outwards towards the front. And then once you're ready, stretch the interlaced fingers above your head. And then start reaching tall, growing tall like a palm tree. And then maybe so that you can lift your heels off the mat and balance on your tippy toes or the balls of your feet. And stay here maybe for 5 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. If you ever went to ballet school, you must be having the best time of your life in this posture. And you can do this several times. And then slowly release your hands down, bringing them back into Samasthiti. And then you're ready now. So the next posture we are going to do is the tree pose or Vrksasana. So in tree pose, you want to bend your knee and then you want to place this foot either on the ankle, on the shins, or above the knee. By all means, avoid the knee joints because you need to protect your kneecap. Knees are very sensitive parts of the body, so you don't want to dislocate the kneecap. And then once you're ready, so that you can bring your palms to your heart center, and then so that you can reach your hands into high prayer, taking those high prayer hands above your head. And then stay here for 5 deep breaths, gazing at one point that is not moving. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. And then once you're ready, release your palms down and then come back into Samasthiti or even standing. You can bend one knee at a time, just release any tension. Then you switch sides. We take tree pose on the left side. So you either bring that foot either an ankle, shin, or take it above the knee. And make sure that you're pressing that knee slightly, leaning towards the right side. Bring your hands into prayer, and then once you have stability and that point of focus, reach your palms above your head and stay here for 5 deep yogic breaths. Inhale, exhale. Fill up, empty, gazing at that nice point that is not moving. Balancing is very important in yogic practices. And maybe release and then come back nicely into Samasthiti or even standing. Again, bend one knee at a time because you are like putting a lot of pressure on one foot. The next posture we are going to do is forward fold or the hands to feet posture, Padahastasana. So bring your hands to your waist and then I want you to stretch your hands forward and then take them up, palms facing the front, and then start hinging forward from your hips until you come halfway with a flat back. And then when you're ready, keep reaching forward until you're able to reach the floor. You can bring your fingertips onto the floor, feeling that stretch on the back. And then once you're ready, so you can even bring a micro bend on your knees if it's too much on your hamstrings. And then start walking your hands, bringing them next to your feet or on the sides of your feet. And then drop your head until you can kiss your knee. And then gently release the way you came out back into the posture. Come into standing. Samasthiti. Good work. So that's quite a number of the standing postures, shake it out. You can shake everything out. The next posture we're going to do is a mini back bend, half wheel posture or Ardha Chakrasana. So again, bring your hands to your waist and then you can either choose to place your hands here or otherwise you can see that you can bring your palms on your sacrum. The way normally base of the palms on the sacrum, just the way you normally do the camel posture. And then bring your elbows in. You want to hug your elbows in, don't let them flare out, and then push your hips forward and then start dropping your head back. See whether you can see the back wall or the back, whatever is in the back, and then drop your head back, feeling that stretch on the throat, on the spine, and then release by tucking your chin in, and then maybe bring a bend slightly, and then come into standing. And then now, the next posture we're going to do is the triangle posture of the Trikonasana. So take your feet out apart, three feet depending on your height, and then open your wings or your hands, and then turn your right foot towards the right side, and then start hinging from your hips, and then see whether you can grab your shin or your ankle, or maybe if you want more flexibility, so that you can grab your big toes, but your ankles are perfectly fine, or your shins, and then gaze towards the left hand. And then make sure that you are stacking the shoulders on top of each other. And if it's too much, you can also look forward. You don't need to look at the raised hand, and stay here for 3 to 5 breaths. And then once you're done, slowly come back into standing. Turn your right foot in, and then turn the left foot out. Whatever you do on the right in yoga, you have to do on the left. So you take your left foot out, opening your wings nicely, start hinging from your hips, and then see whether you can grab your left ankle. Again, trying to find that nice straight line. Shoulders stacked on top of each other. In yoga, always remember bones need to be on top of bones for stability. And if it's too much on your neck, you can just gaze forward straight, looking towards the right hand. You can either grab your ankle, shin as well, just be able to find more range in this posture. And then once you're done with your 3 to 5 breaths, you can slowly release and then find your way back into Samastiti or even standing. All right, so we are done with the standing postures for now. So we are now going to transition beautifully into the sitting postures. So the first posture we're going to do is the firm or auspicious posture, or Bhadrasana. Some people call it the butterfly posture. So start by sitting in Shitila Dandasana, or the stick posture, relaxed stick posture, shaking your feet out, and then bring your hands next to your hips and come into stick or the staff posture. And then see whether you can bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet to touch, and then grab the tops of your feet. And then maybe you can even flail your knees downwards and just feeling that nice hip stretch. And then keep your chest straight, gazing forward for 3 to 5 breaths. This is a very good hip opener. And then once you're done, straighten your feet forward, back into Dandasana. The next posture you're going to do is the Vajrasana, or the diamond posture. So again, we start from Dandasana. See whether you can bend the right foot and then bring the heel just right under your buttock, and then do the same thing for the other foot. All right, if this is too much, you want to maybe support yourself with a piece of cushion, maybe slide a cushion under the tops of your ankles, and then ideally the heels need to be just under the buttocks, and then the big toes touch at the back, as you can see, and then you're sitting on that nice space that you've just created between your heels. As I said, you can cushion if it's too much pressure, especially between the tops of the ankles and the floor. Feel free to always cushion, just to support that ankle. All right, and keep a straight spine. Stay here for about 3 to 5 breaths. This is only posture, by the way, you can do after eating in yoga. It's very good for digestion, and is also just a very nice meditative posture if the other meditative postures are not available to you. And then slowly release by sliding to either your right or left side, and then straighten your feet back into stick posture, or the Dandasana. Shake everything out nicely, and then just relax here for a bit before we transition into the next sitting posture. And then the third sitting posture we're going to do, so again, come into hero's pose, or the Thunderbolt posture. So we're going to do the half camel. So bring your hands, that's the way we did half wheel earlier. Bring the base of your palms on your sacrum. You can even push your sacrum down. That is that bony place just above your glutes. And then keep dropping your head back. Chest opens towards the ceiling. Just ensure that your thighs are straight the entire time. You can use a wall by practicing this posture against a wall, and then keep the elbows hugging in, not flaring out, and then keep dropping your head back. And then once you're done, tuck your chin in first, and then sit in the Thunderbolt or the diamond posture, and just catch your breath here for a while. It's a very nice and intense preparation for the full camel posture that we're going to look at shortly. And then once you're done here, you can either do a second half wheel, or if not, if you're perfectly comfortable, let's find our way back into either come into sitting into Dandasana, or otherwise find your way into the next posture, which is the full camel posture. So how do you come into the full camel posture? So you start by bending your knee. Bend your knee from Bandhasana, and then you find your way on your knees, coming to standing on your knees. And then once you're ready, make sure that you have the alignment, creating some slight space between your heels. And then you can either support your sacrum and stay in half camel, or otherwise see whether you can start from half camel and then release one hand, and see whether you can grab one heel, and then when you're ready, release the other hand on the other heel, and then keep dropping your head back. You can see there's more range and more deeper back bend here, trying to keep the thighs straight. Again, feel free to use a wall if you notice that they are slanting or sliding with you. So your thighs are not supposed to be sliding with you in this particular posture. And then you stay here for 3 to 5 breaths. And then once you're done, tuck your chin in and find your way back into the Thunderbolt posture. Stay here for a bit, catching your breath for a minute, and then slide on one side and then straighten your feet into Bandhasana. You can shake everything out, just relax here for a bit. The next sitting posture we are going to explore. So from Bandhasana, see whether you can bend your knee and then bring your heel slightly outside your right buttock, and then do the same thing for the other posture. So we're going to do the Hare posture or Sasankasana, and then see whether you can open your knees as wide as your mat. And then once you're here, bring your palms on the space between your knees, and then start walking your palms and then straighten them forward, bringing the chin down on the ground. If the chin is too much, you can bring the top of the forehead down on the ground, or you can even use a block just to be able to support that head. And then stay here for a bit, melting your bum towards your heels. You stay here for 3 to 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Then slowly start coming out of the posture by walking your hands in, and then gently push your knees back together, and then find your way back into Bandhasana or the stick posture. So Bandhasana is really the standard for most of the yoga sitting posture. The next posture we are going to do is a stretched up frog pose or Uttana Mandukasana. So again, come into Bandhasana or the frog posture, and then take your knees as wide as your mat, and then take your hands up and see that you can bring your palms on either shoulder blades. And so stay here for 2 to 3 breaths, and then once you're done, release them back to your knees. And then relax here, shifting back into Bandhasana. Very good shoulder stretch there, by the way. Shake everything out. The next sitting posture we're going to do is the Vakrasana or the spine twist. So hug your right knee to your chest. So you want to hug it in tightly, keeping your spine or trunk straight, and then turn towards your right side. And then see whether you can create a stop sign with your left elbow. So ideally you want to see whether you can bring your left elbow against the right knee, and then so that you can stretch that hand towards the ground. It's perfectly fine if this is not working. You can just stay with the stop sign and then gaze towards your right shoulder. This is a very deep twist. Twists are very good for digestion, and they actually just also help in general spinal health. And then release by turning your head forward first, then release that hand, and then straighten the right foot. What you do on the right applies to the left. So start by hugging your left knee towards your chest, and then see whether you can twist and gaze towards the left side, creating that nice stop sign with your right elbow. So the left hand is supporting your trunk, and want to keep that left hand as close as possible to your glutes. And then so that you can straighten that right hand and bring it down on the floor, gazing towards your left shoulder. And then once you're done, release by gazing forward, and then shake everything out, release that foot. So twists are very important just for general spinal health. So now we are going to transition into the prone or the stomach posture. So from Bandhasana, come as if you're going to take Vajrasana, and then come onto your knees, and then come all the way down on the ground, line on your belly, and take Crocodile posture. So in Crocodile, you bring the opposite hand touches the opposite elbow, and then you can rest the top of the head down, or otherwise rest your chin, and then your feet are pointing opposite sides, like Charlie Chaplin feet generally. It will feel a very nice stretch on the ankles here, and then you rest your chin there. Otherwise, you can bring your right cheek or left cheek on that intersection between your palms, and stay here for a bit, staying passive for a moment. The next posture we are going to do under the prone is the Cobra pose. So slowly bring your palms next to your chest, and then make sure that your palms are pressing out nicely. The tops of the feet are pressing down on the ground, and then to a count of 1, so that you can lift the crown of your head up, bringing it all the way, the chest all the way up to your navel area. So your belly is still around the floor area. You're bringing a nice micro bend on your elbows. And then stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then slowly start releasing. So this is a very gentle back bend. It also helps with the lower back. You can create a fist with your hands and massage your spine. You can modify this posture by maybe taking the Sphinx pose. This is a more relaxed posture where you just bring the forearms down and then you reach the crown of your head up. And then release and come back into lying on your belly, or the crocodile posture, in preparation for the next set of postures. So as you're still lying here, just trying to catch your breath, staying passive for a moment. The next postures we're going to explore are is the Locust pose, or Salabhasana. Salabhasana, the Locust pose, is also a very minor back bend. So what you're going to do, you're going to see that you can press your palms on the ground and so that you can reach your feet up. And then keep lifting your feet at least an inch and knees off the mat and feel that stretch. And then once you're ready, so that you can release that posture. And then just stay passive for a moment. Again, back into Makarasana, or the crocodile posture. Inhale, exhale. We're now going to transition into the supine postures. So again, find your way lying on your back. So to Shavasana, and then see whether you can bend your knees. The first posture we're going to explore here is the bridge pose, or Setu Bandhasana. So make sure that the distance between your glutes and your heels is like a palm width distance. So your fingertips should be able to touch your heels. You can either choose to grab your ankles, or otherwise just press the floor and then lift your chest, hips up. Chest lifts up as well, coming towards your chin, not the opposite way. So your chin doesn't come towards your chest, but as you lift the hips up, the chest will come towards the chin. Feeling that nice deep stretch here. Stay here for 3 to 5 breaths, and then once you're ready, so that you can release the posture very gently. All right, and then once you can do this 2 to 3 times and see what that feels like. So I'm going to lift up again, just to find my second bridge here. See how the chest is lifting, hips are lifting, and then pushing the chest nicely towards the chin. And then slowly release, coming back onto lying on your back. And then you can straighten your feet towards the front, and then just catch your breath here for a moment. The next posture we're going to look at is the Uttanpadasana. So you're going to raise your feet around 30 degrees. Make sure you can see your toes, just the tips of your toes. This powerful core. You can just feel this core going on here. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1, and then gently release. You can do several sets of this, and you can do this about several times just to see how that works for you. And then the next posture we're going to do is the half plow. So you're going to lift your feet up 90 degrees, trying to keep the heels on top of the hips. Feel free to cushion your lower back. You can either slide a cushion under your lower back, or better yet, you can actually just slide your hands and just support your lower back. And you're going to stay here for about 5 deep breaths in this posture, gazing towards your toes. Ladies, this is the point you normally notice whether you need to get a pedicure on your toes. It's a very good posture just to be able to relax, and feel free to actually support yourself on a wall. It's perfectly fine. In the full expression of this posture, I've been looking at the advanced postures. I've already done the full plow pose, but that's a story for another day. And then slowly release by bringing your feet down, and then just relax nicely down on the ground. And then just stay here for a bit. The next posture we're going to do is called the wind releasing posture. It has one of the most weird names. Please don't release some wind on it, but it's perfectly fine. So bend your knees, bringing the tops of your feet on the mat, and maybe swing them from side to side to ease any tension on the lower back, because you've been lying on the ground for a minute. And then so that you can hug your knees towards your chest. And then opposite hand grabs the opposite elbow, and then squeeze your knees tightly towards your chest, and then see whether you can bring your head to meet your knees, or otherwise you can kiss your knees and just make yourself small, make yourself as tiny as possible. And stay here for 5 deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling, rounding your back nicely, squeezing everything tight. And then once you're done with your 5 breaths, you gently release and come down onto the ground, relaxing your neck down on the ground, and then stretch your feet forward very nicely as we ease into the relaxing postures. So once you're done with wind releasing postures, stretch your feet forward, palms facing up. We take the last posture in yoga, Shavasana, or the corpse posture. do nothing posture. So let your feet fall on the sides, like about 45 degrees. You can even cover yourself with a blanket if it's too cold wherever you are. Get a warm blanket and just stay here. The idea of Shavasana is not to sleep, but just be able to take stock and assimilate the benefits of the practice that you've been doing. And then you stay here for, I don't know, maybe a minute or something. Stay here for about a minute and just do nothing. No more postures. Don't force your breaths. You just want to be fully supported on the ground. It's a very good posture just for grounding. And then once you're done with your 2 minutes, maybe bring movement back into your body. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, make circles with your ankles or your wrists. Turn your head from right to left, and then bring your feet together and then stretch your hands above your head. So you're pointing your toes towards the front and you're stretching your hands. Grow tall and then hug your knees to your chest, coming into that nice wind releasing posture, and then drop and lie on the left side. Using the left hand, push out, come into a comfortable sitting position in readiness for the breath work or the breathing exercises in yoga. Pranayama. So our first pranayama is Kapalbhati, or the forceful breath or fire breath. So inhale through the nose, exhale with sound. Inhale, exhale. About 20 strokes of this breath. You can feel that movement on the abdomen area. Keep breathing. 20 strokes is to fire that breath. And then on the last deep breath, stop the exercise by taking one last deep breath in. You can gently close your eyes just to assimilate the benefits of that powerful practice. And then we do the second rounds of Kapalbhati. So inhale, forceful exhale. Minimizing the shoulder movements. Last deep breath in, and then gently exhale. Feeling that head rush, blood rush on the head, and then just assimilate the benefits of this practice. And then the next posture you're going to do is alternate nostril breathing. So you come up with the mudra, the hand gesture, and then so you're folding your ring finger and your middle finger, index finger, and then bring the ring finger and the thumb on your nose. So you block your right nostril, inhale through the right nostril, block the right nostril, exhale through the left nostril, inhale through the left nostril, block the left nostril, exhale through the right nostril. That's one complete round. So you keep alternating your breath for about 5 rounds. So the alternate nostril breathing is one of those best breathing exercises that is bound to just bring in more balance into your energy channels. And after the craziness that we've done with the breath of fire, that's how you want to ease in nicely into the practice. And then once you're done with your 5 complete rounds of the alternate nostril breathing, bring your hands and take Jan Mudra and just relax here, assimilating the benefits of that relaxing breath work. Inhale, exhale. The next breath we are going to do is called the Sitali, or rather it's the cooling breath. So the cooling breath is one posture that should be avoided during the cold season. So you start by taking your tongue out, create a pipe with the tongue, inhale, close your mouth, exhale through the nose. Inhale, stick your tongue out, creating a pipe, close your mouth, exhale through the nose. Exhale. So again, avoid this during the cold season. Last round, inhale. Close your mouth, exhale through the nose. can do this 3 to 5 times. And then gently stop the exercise. Just stay here for a bit, assimilating. And then bring your hands into the peace position. And then, or any other mudra of your choice. And then the last posture we're going to do is called the Brahmari, or the humming bee sound. So inhale. Exhale. Place your tongue on your palate and exhale. Making that nice humming bee sound until the end of the breath. Inhale, take a deep breath in, exhale. At the end of that breath, you're going to see that you can cover your eyes into a mudra. So your thumb is on the top of your forehead, your index finger and your middle finger closing your eyes, your ring finger around your nostrils, and then your pinky fingers are just on top of your lips. Inhale through the nose. Exhale with that B sound. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling those nice vibrations. You can take one last deep breath in, and then once you're done, release and bring your hands back into the peace position in readiness for meditation. So from meditation, you can take any comfortable sitting position. You can even sit cross-legged, or you can take half floaters, whatever works for you. And just stay here, focusing on your breath, assimilating the benefits of the breathing practice. Your face is soft, you're lifting your head slightly, keeping a straight neck. And just stay here in meditation, focusing on the rise and fall of your breaths. Your face is relaxed, bringing some softness by a gentle smile on your face to relax the facial muscles. And you just stay in stillness here, observing your breath. So meditation is just sitting in contemplation for a prolonged period of time. In our case here, the focus is the breath. Just feeling how amazing that breath is coming in through the nose and out through the nose. We call it prana, life force flowing through you. Inhale, exhale. So you can stay here as long as you can. And then on the last inhale, take a deep breath in, exhale. You're going to seal our practice. We finish the Sankalpa, or the affirmation. Hands to heart center. I commit myself to remain in a balanced state of mind all the time. It is in this state that my development reaches its greatest possibility. I commit to do my duty to self, family, at work, to society, and to the world for the promotion of peace, health, and harmony. And then we finish our practice with a closing mantra.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि काश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।